Looking good here, marching along the road. Battle flags flying proudly, and they're coming at us. Hello everybody, and thanks for joining me for Grand Tactician, the Civil War. This is our Confederate campaign. We're heading into episode 3 here, and we're using the AOM mod. This episode's a couple of days late. I've had a very busy few days, so I'm a bit behind schedule. But, you know, we're back on track now, and hopefully we'll be rocking out some more episodes this week. So, if you've been following the series along, you'll know that we're just about to head into a battle at Cumberland Gap. We're facing Don Carlos Buell and his Yankee troops. And we are the Army of Eastern Tennessee under the command of Brigadier General George B. Crittenden. We've already won one battle here at Cumberland Gap, and we'll hope to add a second to that. The fight is going to centre around Poor Valley Ridge. Once again, I think that's the same place as last time. And we're going to set up a defensive position, and we're going to go for it. So I'll set up the defences, we'll go through the troops, and we'll head into this episode proper. As always, this episode is chaptered, so if you want to watch any particular part or don't want to watch any part, you know, just skip ahead to where you want to go to, and I'll set this up, and we'll cut back in. Okay then, so I've set our guys up. I've opted to set the majority of our infantry up just to the northwest of the objective. I've kept Carroll's brigade back here to guard the objective, as well as the majority of our cavalry, that being the 1st CS Cavalry and the 4th Tennessee. McGowan is in command of our artillery, and our artillery's up here on the line. We've got our strongest brigade here. This is a viewer unit who fought very well in the last battle. Strangeman's brigade under Colonel Strangeman, right at the front here. Our second strongest brigade is under Battle, and they are formed up on our right flank. Then we've got two little reserve units here, Walthall's brigade and Rooker with his legion. They're kind of just behind the line, so they can certainly be deployed to fight. Now, we were supposed to be fighting 15,000 enemy troops, as far as I remember. I'll have a quick look and I'll flash it up on screen if I can. Yeah, so 15,000, but for some reason there's only 4,100 on the field. I don't know if more are due to arrive. Now our morale is at 38.5. The Union is at 43.7, which I'm surprised about. 38.5 is not very high. But anyway, I suppose we're fighting in Kentucky, which is technically under Union control, and I suppose that's why. But anyway, so we've got our cavalry back here. The majority of it anyway, 500 men in the 1st CS Cavalry and about 700 in the 4th Tennessee. Then we've got Carroll's brigade on with their farmer muskets back here guarding the objective. We'll get these guys to build some breastworks maybe, and maybe these guys at the front as well. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what the Union does. We'll see if reinforcements arrive for them. But for now, let's just see what Buell's got for us and get started with this battle. It's 12:35 and we're going to get going. It's always handy just to build some breastworks, I guess. I mean, not that we particularly need them, but better to have them and not need them than not have them and need them. And we'll dismount one of our cavalry units as well, and we'll get them digging. There we are. Keep the lads busy. So we're going to go through the forces real quick here while they're digging up. So we've got Strangeman with his largest brigade here, 2,130 men. Then we've got the next strongest, which is under Joel Battle. 813 men of the Knoxville Brigade. We've got Rooker's Legion here with 700 men, and Walthall's Brigade with 673. 673 men is not much of a brigade. It's more like a regiment, battalion, I guess. I don't know what you would call it. We've got a couple of guns here, 5 guns, 5 Iron Napoleons under McClung. Nice. Then we've got Rutledge with another 5 Iron Napoleons. So not bad weapons, actually. Not bad at all, especially not for this stage of the war. Strangeman is armed with Springfield rifles, Hall rifles for battle. Rooker also with, he's got Enfield rifles, sorry, I was going to say Springfields, but he's got Enfields. And then the Springfield musket for Walthall, and like I say, the Farmer's musket for these boys at the rear. The Whole North carbine for Christ and his 1st CS Cavalry. And Colt revolving rifle for the 4th Tennessee under Lieutenant Colonel John P. Murray. Nice. So as you can see, this is due to the mod we're using. There's some more interesting weapons available. The AOM mod is really quite cool. I do like it a lot, so far anyway. The guys who make it have put a lot of time into this and are clearly passionate about the game, which is awesome to see. I've got one small cavalry unit up front here. It's only 194 men, the 31st Tennessee. Now, we did have a little discussion about amalgamating these units into larger cavalry units, but actually, remember, we still haven't done the cavalry reform. And I actually quite like having the smaller units. It gives you a bit of flexibility. So the Union could come in around our right flank. I doubt they will. The terrain's terrible, but we do have our guys in reserve here, so we'll see how that goes. Let's see what's going on. So our morale's now swung to 40.8. They're still sitting on 4,100 men. I'm a bit baffled about that. I don't really know where the rest of them are. We're supposed to be like 3-1 outnumbered. Let's get going here. Times 20 and let the time whiz by. Here we go. Who's coming first? Didn't catch the name of that brigade. We're still finishing off the defences there, but I think we'll be fine. Now, the 31st Tennessee, I'm keeping these boys around here, not to fight so much, but to give a morale boost. If we have a look at these units, for example, here, Strange Man, so he's getting a boost there for friendly cavalry's close. The commander's also nearby, and he's supported. He's got guns next to him and other infantry units, so they're feeling pretty good about themselves there. The cavalry saying units cut off because their division command is over here. I mean, I guess it's more like a brigade, really, this rather than a division. 1,400 men under Charles Clark as our cavalry contingent. Here we go. Let's have a look. Who's coming? The Advanced Brigade. Looking good here, marching along the road. Battle flags flying proudly. And they're coming at us. One dude out front here, very keen to get into the action. Looks great. I'm not sure if that's graphic improvements from the mod or if that's just like a general improvement in the game, but the graphics definitely look better than they did. Okay. Oh. I somehow managed to whiz my way all the way back down to there. That wasn't intended. Alright, so here we go then. More troops coming up. Guns. Cavalry. Quite a lot of cavalry actually. So I think we can probably abandon this rear area. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the 4th Tennessee up to give us some cavalry support out here on the flank. Take me a little while to get there. I'm also going to move Rucker's Legion out towards the right here. Let's see if we can't harass these boys with some skirmishers and get into this fight. Guns, haven't got amazing range. I mean, the terrain is really not that favourable for artillery here, as you would imagine, to be fair. Let's get Strange Man's boys into the action here. We're going to give out long-range orders. I should have done this already, but it slipped my mind. So they're bringing up all their cavalry onto our right flank. The guns are whizzing up here. The 2nd Ohio and Indiana, maybe? I don't know. Either way, I suspect we're going to take a bit of a pounding. I don't want to put too many skirmishers out here. Our guns have opened here, hitting their artillery. Well, firing at them. I don't know if they're hitting them. Probably not. Cavalry coming forward. The 1st Michigan Regiment. And the 3rd. 1st Wisconsin. And the 3rd Ohio. So a fair number of cavalry. But Strange Man's boys are going to be overwhelmed here. Let's pull those skirmishers back. Get back, boys. Come on. Lost 7 men already, and they didn't like that one bit. But they have inflicted some casualties on this Union Brigade. Hard to see. I suspect they're going to break. Oh, sugar. Yeah, their cavalry's really coming for us, actually. But these boys here, armed with the Hall rifle, should be giving the 3rd Michigan some problems here. A bit of a headache, I would think. Let's move Rucker's Legion forward as well to hit this regiment here, the 3rd Ohio. Strange Man's boys are pulling out, but they are flashing now, so maybe left it a little late to start withdrawing. The 3rd Ohio is taking casualties, yeah, heavy casualties actually. And they are pulling back. Didn't like that. Our defensive line is holding quite nicely here. some pretty intense fire between his cavalry and our infantry. "17 casualties now for Strange Man's skirmishers, but they've managed to pull themselves out of there. They're very well done. We've got long-range rifles here, of course. Rucker armed with those Enfield rifles, really hitting the enemy or the cavalry at a distance. And the skirmishers have routed, but you know they made it back more or less. Still only says they've got 4,300 men. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why that is. Now I'm going to advance Rucker through these woods. Keep that pressure up on the cavalry. We have sent this 3rd Michigan Regiment into rout. Rucker is still advancing with his boys, chasing down the 3rd Ohio. And there they go, routed. Now, we're faced with quite a lot of artillery here, and they're going to give us some bother. In fact, they're hitting our guns. I'm going to limber them up and pull them further back. Get them out of there. If we can. More guns are still arriving. I'm wary about sending my men forward into the guns. They are quite effective in this game. I'm going to send Rucker down here to take care of this 1st Michigan Cavalry. McGowan demoralized. Oh, okay, this artillery is actually broken. That is disappointing. They only lost 4 men, but, you know, it's the way it is. There is a lot of Union artillery, and I feel we may need to bring up some cavalry to clear them. See if we can rally these guns, but I doubt it. Okay, so they're reforming for another attack, it seems. Coming for our guns. But let's bring Strange Man forward into this fight. Come on. See if we can just smash this brigade. Walthal's also on the move, and he's going to come in. But he's seen our exposed artillery there when I moved them forward and come in for the kill. It hasn't quite worked out for him. In fact, I would say it hasn't worked out for him at all. Yeah, there they go, broken. Nice. His guns are coming forward, and that is going to be a real issue for us. So it's time for some aggression here. We're going to push in and see if we can't take these guys out. I know one of the rules of this mod is not to make like Napoleonic style charges, but their cavalry and artillery is exposed, and without infantry I feel that is a valid target for our guys to go forward and smash. Well, hopefully smash. We'll find out in a second. Let's get Colonel Eli Stevens and his 194 men of the 31st Tennessee up into this cavalry, if we can. Murray and his boys from the 4th Tennessee are also moving forward. See how this goes. I mean, there's only 189 of these boys left, but they have driven away one of these batteries. See what we can do with the rest. Charges like this are definitely not my style, but this was a valid target. They were certainly exposed and done over, I think. So let's get in there. Let's get these guys hacked to pieces. Full-on cavalry charge. Oh, but our cavalry is running with 19 casualties. You got to be shitting us. One of our boys has surrendered. I mean, oh, come on. What garbage is this? This is why you don't do cavalry charges in this game, people. They don't work. Never mind. Alright, your army is victorious. It was a tough fight. Well, it wasn't really. It was a fun fight, though. I don't know why there's only 4,400 of those boys. There should have been more. Maybe they were still on the way. We lost 5 guns, even though we were left in charge, in command of the field. Surely we would have just recovered them, but, you know, it is what it is. 132 infantry lost, 103 cavalry. We lost 245 men total, but 5 guns, that's annoying. The Union lost 700 men, 55 guns. And there's that. Colonel McGowan has become famous. Nice. He commanded our artillery. I find it hard to believe that our little cavalry battalion would have surrendered, you know. But, you know, it is what it is. Like, what can I say? It's disappointing. I do have a few more viewer units to put in. I'll put them in shortly. As soon as we get some more recruits available, we'll get on with that. Let's have a quick read here. The Battle of Cumberland Gap ended with the Department of Columbus retreating in panic. My commanders earned a total victory. Enemy suffered 697 casualties, 113 killed, 145 captured. Their morale believed to be panicked. We lost 245 men, 35 of them killed, 105 are missing, the rest are wounded. We're confident, supplies mediocre. We captured 204 rifles and 19 guns. Battle of Fort Munch. Oh yes, so this is we fought the last battle over here in near Rolla. It was a pretty cool battle, but we're now in the siege with the remaining forces there. In Fort Munch. Our main force in Tennessee is still here at Nashville, still gathering, finishing up the recruiting. We moved to Kanawha, Army of Kanawha towards Knoxville. So we did have troops behind here, so to, you know, take care of anything that might happen. So yeah, there was a bunch of troops over here, but I'm not sure why they didn't engage. Very strange. Very strange indeed. Oh, so the 31st is still here with 123 men, but its commander is missing in action. So let's replace him. Let's see who we've got. Let's see if we can get somebody with some cavalry experience. I know it's only a tiny little unit, so let's have a look here. What about this dude? Lieutenant Colonel Samuel W. Ferguson. There you go. You're in charge of this regiment, which is really more like, I don't know, a squadron or something. But anyway, that's pretty cool. So Crittenden's boys. Why are they unhappy? Unhappy with Captain Rutledge and Captain McClung. Well, you just have to suck that up, I think. Rutledge is fine. McClung, I mean, they did retreat there, but, you know, it's not like these guys are veterans or anything. So I'm sure they'll be fine. Let's have a quick look at Crittenden. Looking okay. Zollicoffer, well, I mean, none of these guys are exceptional or anything like that. McCowan looks okay. He could become good. We'll have a quick look at the weapons, see what we captured there, if there's anything obvious. Yep, we've got 6 Parrott rifles. Nice. Some Napoleons. I don't think we had those before. Yeah, right, well, I'm not sure. We didn't capture many rifles, but we captured some Napoleons. And some Parrots. That's some pretty good news. We still haven't had any action in Virginia, which I'm surprised at. But it's one of those things. Supply alert, who we got here? Army of Central Kentucky need provisions, and the Missouri State Guard also have provisions far down. Army of Central Kentucky has just pushed up into Columbus. There's no real supply depots anywhere close to these boys, so they are very much suffering with supply. We can't even see anything on the map. Let's pull them back into friendly territory. Back towards Corinth. I think that's Corinth. No, Corinth is down here. I constantly show my lack of geography in this game. Alright, so a quick look at the policies. We are still working on Militia Act 2. That's going to be ready in 2.4 days, and that's excellent. It means we're going to get some new reinforcements, recruits available. Who we got here? Von Horn's own, still recruiting in. Department of Norfolk. I think there's a few viewer units. Yeah, they're still coming in here. So Gordon's boys here, the 1st Georgia Regulars. Armstead's, nah, not them. Where's Armstead? They're from Virginia. We could convert one of those into a view unit, I guess. Grumpa's Grunts. 5 days away, so not too bad. Let me just check who wanted another brigade, and I'll see if I can sort them out and switch over this brigade here in Virginia. Oh yeah, so I've got a request in from John Yeager, who's a long-time viewer of the band? Long-time viewer of the channel. He wants a German brigade to go with the Prussian lads, the former German division, and I will do that, but not at the moment, I'm afraid. The earlier request came from Stephen Politi. Anyway, you've got the Fredericksburg Home Guard from Virginia. I'll put those guys in. And you want a George Pickett in command, so let's make that happen if we can. Frees up Armstead for another command as well. He's pretty good. Pickett, where are you at? There he is. I've had a look for him. He's a brigadier general. I kind of thought he was a colonel for some reason. But there you go. Yeah, Pickett. There we are. And that is the Fredericksburg Home Guard. Also coming in 5 days. Again, these boys won't be staying here. They'll be moving out to the Department of Norfolk. And I'll get the rest of your guys in, requests in, once we get more recruits unlocked. I've got a whole bunch still to add. We've got the McClellan County Artillery from Texas to go into the Eastern Theater. The Ruhr Valley Battery from North Carolina. 1st Virginia Military Academy VMI. I mean, we do have some VMI troops somewhere. Well, I'll find them, I'm sure of it. But not at the moment. Oh, yes, there they are. VMI. It's VMI Infantry, the VMI Cadets. You asked for Cavalry Hussars. And again, I'll put those boys in once I've got some cavalry available. Who we got here? Unless I just convert these. The VA Local Defense Brigade. Let's have a look. 3 days. Yeah, let's do that. The 1st VMI Cavalry Hussars. I mean, we haven't exactly got Hussar uniforms, I don't think. I mean, maybe this is as close as we can get. Let's have a quick peek through. Those ones, I mean, I don't know. I don't like those ones. What about these ones? If you want the other ones, let me know. Green jackets, white trousers, and you did request Jeb Stewart, but that ain't going to happen, I'm afraid. Jeb Stewart is reserved for other commands. Let's find someone else for you. We'll find you a cavalry guy from Virginia. What about Maury? He's pretty cool. Looking pretty good as well. Let's get him in there. There you go. First VMI, Cavalry Hussars, all sorted. They're armed with Jocelyn carbines. What did you want? Didn't specify, but that's a good weapon, so that's what you've got. I'll add some more as they come available, like I say. If you do want a unit in the game, and I haven't acknowledged that yet, then let me know in the comments. Just pop it in. I'll add them if I can, when I can. It's not instant, of course. Oh! What the heck? And here we are with the rest of this force. 4 brigades with low morale. I guess it's probably because we've just fought a battle. So 8,000 men coming up against us again. So they should have been fighting us at the same time, I think. Now, can we fight this? We've got 6,000-ish. Department of Ohio, Army of Kentucky, 35 guns to our 10. 8,000 infantry to our 4,900. 3,200 cavalry to our 1,300, and we have got 1,500 men with low morale. I'll tell you what, I don't think we're going to fight this. I think we're going to retreat. We're going to try and withdraw. We're going to give up the Cumberland Gap. I mean, I didn't want to, but I think this would be a futile fight, not one we can win, not realistically. This army just fought a battle there. They'll be exhausted. We'll pull back forward to the Cumberland Gap once we can get the Army of the Kanawha into action. Again, these are all regiments of infantry rather than brigades, but size-wise, I don't think it makes that much difference at the moment. 800 men is kind of like the same size as the brigades, to be honest. Some cavalry support there as well. We're going to pull back on Knoxville. We'll let them have the Cumberland Gap for now. Nothing doing in Virginia yet. I just can't quite understand why they haven't done anything there. So all these little Virginia batteries, I mean, there's so many of them. But they're tiny, 4 guns each. Well, 7 guns in that one. 6. Very small. But we haven't done the reform yet. I'm gonna work these guys out. I'm gonna work them into divisions. So I'll do that and I'll cut back in when that's done. So this is the Army of the Shenandoah reformed. I've formed up 2 infantry divisions supported by 1 battery of guns each. So we've got the Maryland Flying Artillery here in Stonewall Jackson's division. The Stonewall Brigade has gone to A.P. Hill, who was available as a colonel. Walker has got himself an infantry division with Elzey and Kirby Smith. Then I've split the artillery into 2 divisions. We've got Samuel Jones with the Valley Artillery Reserve and Pemberton with an artillery division. Then I've given Jeb Stewart this little division, but really it's a brigade. It's got 2 infantry regiments in it. So there's that. Again, this is an absolute mess, really, with all these little tiny units. And there's still guys recruiting in. I'm going to wait until these boys are all here, which is fairly soon, 1 day's time. And then I'll do a little bit of shifting about and, you know, see what I can do here. We'll keep the Hampton Legion together, I guess. Evans Demi Brigade can stay. But then I'll division up these guys. Let some time go by here. So we've taken Fort Munch there. Excellent. That's at Rolla. Let's go and check out the scenario in Missouri. Let's have a look at the front lines here. This is really driving us forward. I hope we've taken the depot at Rolla. That would be, obviously, oh yes we have. That's excellent. That's going to give us a nice little springboard to come up north here. The Department of Southwest Missouri is forming there with 11,000 men. We've got McCullough's army, Western Army, sorry, and the Missouri State Guard. Both of whom are struggling a little bit with supply, but hopefully we'll get that resupplied. And we can press on into Missouri and threaten St. Louis. That would be awesome. It's not really an aim I had for this, but we've also got the Indian Army ready. Excellent. Let's get these boys forward here. Let's see if we can make a nuisance of ourselves up this western flank. Let's push up towards Kansas and see what happens. So the Indian Army under Pike. We've got the 1st Cherokee Mounted Rifles under Drew. Stan Wadey with his 2nd Cherokee Mounted Rifles. Cooper here with the 1st Choctaw and Chickasaw Mounted Rifles. If I'm getting that wrong in any way, then I do apologise. The 1st Creek Mounted Rifles under McIntosh. Another Macintosh guy here with the second Creek mounted rifles, and John Jumper with the first Seminole mounted rifles. Excellent. So let's see what they can do. See if they can cause a bit of a problem for the Union out there in the West. We've also got the Army of Texas all but ready here. Again, all mounted troops except for an artillery battery, which I feel should be horse artillery, but it's not. So we've got the Sioux Native contingent. We've got the 5th Texas Mounted Rifles, the 4th, and the 2nd, all under Sibley. Let's move these boys up as well. We'll get them up towards Fort Smith and into some sort of action. Excellent. We do have some weapons on order. We ordered some Enfield rifles, and they are coming soon, 83 days. That's, I think, how many did we order? We ordered 10,000. We've had 2,000 delivered, so there's a few there. We'll be giving them out soon. They haven't pushed south of the Gap. The Union calls for volunteers, 2-year contract, so we are as well. So there we are, same thing. So the Union went for the same policies as us. Finances are taking a battering here. But we're going to go for Militia Act 3 next. So we're going to do that next. Then we're going to work on our financial side of things. And let's have a little look here, see what this does in terms of having recruits available. We've got 30,000 recruits available. That's really nice to see. And we'll get those boys in. So I'll get the rest of the viewer units recruited if we can. Let's just have a quick look where those recruits are actually from. We've got a bunch of units requested from North Carolina. No, my luck, there'll be none from there. There we go. 3,500. That's enough to get the vast majority of them in. We've got 5,900 from Missouri, 4,300 from Maryland. We've got 72 support. That's nice. This is different from the base game where support in Maryland is usually down like, I don't know, about 30 or so. Same with West Virginia, so low you can barely recruit troops from there. But it's 72 in this mod, and that's much better. Texas 100. We've got no recruits available from Texas, which is a bit of a shame, but they've already fielded 11,300 men. Tennessee, 700 men, so pretty much nobody. North Carolina, 3,500. Maryland, a fair number. Missouri, a fair number. Louisiana, handful. Kentucky, 6,200. Georgia, a nice chunk of troops there, 4,200 men. 150 from Florida. I mean, might as well be none, to be honest. Delaware, again, nice support there, not like in the vanilla version. 71, that's definitely workable. Arizona, 135, and almost 2,500 men from Alabama. So we do have some guys available, and we'll get those dudes recruited as soon as we can. Nobody from South Carolina. I thought we'd get some available from there, but apparently not. Okay, Crittenden has withdrawn. The Cumberland Gap is now in Union hands. I'm regretting not fighting there actually now, but I don't know. Low on supply, low on morale, and maybe I will combine the Army of Kanawha into the Army of Eastern Tennessee, and we'll go from there. So once Polk has pulled himself back here, we're going to build another supply depot. We need some supplies in this region if we're going to have any sort of offensive action going towards Cairo, Illinois, which is kind of the target in this section. Got a Union fleet coming down at us, the Missouri River Squadron. 6 ships. We've got 6 ships to face them, but 6 questionable ships, I guess. Have we got anything to add into there? Not particularly. Plus, how long is it going to take them to get there? We'll send a couple of steamers his way. Colonel George Randolph, whose previous failures as a commander had tarnished his name among his soldiers and the public, has redeemed his reputation. Having him in command will no longer be a problem. Not even sure who he is. We could go for rebuild ironclads, but don't see how we can really afford to build any at the moment. And we need to work on the cavalry reforms as well as artillery reforms. I would also like to get legacy rifles if possible, but I mean, mostly we're going to be working on imported rifles, to be fair. The organisation reform is also another important one. Where are we at time-wise? September the 1st, 1861. So by 1862, we really want to be looking at fielding proper armies. These are all corps-size units. So I'm going to just waste time on a little bit here. I'll recruit the troops that are need to recruit between this episode and episode 4, so that'll come up soon. I'll try and get another couple of episodes out this week if I can. Very, very busy at my work at the moment. Oh, we've issued bonds again. We're down to BBB. That really sucks. Polka destination. So I need to build a depot over here, really, but that's going to hammer our finances, which, you know, it really isn't good. Don't have subsidies available for anything really, except for mills, plantations. I don't really want to build any plantations. There is call for mills, high priority. Farms, bit priority. A mill. Do we want to do that? How much is the subsidy? Not sure. Could probably do with a hospital as well somewhere. Am I missing a supply depot somewhere? Oh yes, you just do that from here. That's correct. Supply depot. So construction is going to cost 1.7 million. It's got to be done really when we need some supplies up here. The Mississippi River Squadron is coming for us. Going to be some action on the river, I think, so let's see how this goes. Fort Pillow is there, of course. They will give some support and fire, I would think. I would hope. 8 ships here now. 2 are down as disabled, so they haven't arrived yet. The Union's constructing a depot up here. I don't want them there. So I've reorganised Floyd's Army of the Kanawha slightly here. Still 7,800 men. We've got Wise with some cavalry now. We've got Phillips here with the Phillips Legion, 1,200 men, 5 guns with them. Then I've given Richard Anderson even, a division here with Heath's brigade and McCausland's brigade, backed up by some artillery. And then we've given Hindman command of this Virginia infantry. 46th, 59th and 60th, backed up by some guns as well. Let's give these some better guns. Okay, so we've got 12-pound Napoleons, 12-pound howitzers, and some 10-pound Parrots here. And I'm going to push these guys to see if we can't strike at Jonesboro. Maybe I'll regret this. Glorious victory at Memphis Ferry, all right. The Battle of Memphis Ferry has ended with the Missouri River Squadron retreating. The engagement was a remarkable strategic victory with the enemy fleet steaming to safety of their harbours. 1 ship was captured. The condition of the enemy fleet is believed to be good. The condition of our fleet is also good. Confederate Navy unstoppable. I think that might be a bit of an exaggeration. Let's just have a quick look here. Oh, we managed to capture a little ship's tender gunboat. Let's just move that back out for repairs. Now their fleet is still here. Can we chase them off? Let's try. All enemy ships escaped. Okay, they're buggering off back up north. Alright. Now, the Army of Eastern Tennessee is getting resupplied here. Army of Kanawha's on the march, 7,800 men, 15 guns. I'm not sure why they're not taking the railway. I did instruct them to. Let's see. Rearguard action. I guess they're pulling straight out. Reynolds withdrawn. Yeah, okay. That's the mountain department. They're out here in the middle of nowhere. 6,000 of them. Still nothing going on in Virginia. Department of West Virginia is up there. That's all I can see. I'm going to try and move the Army of the Northwest to Grafton. Just see what happens. So the mountain department is now I guess, on their way towards the Cumberland Gap. Let's see if we can block them off with the Army of Eastern Tennessee. Nope, they were too slow. Okay. Never mind. Back to Knoxville, men. So this depot, does that mean, are we constructing this depot, or is it just kind of stuck in limbo here? I'm not really sure. So it says 15% ready and ready in 9 days. Let's just check the next day and see if it does anything. Nothing. Ah. Pike is at his destination. Let's just have a look. Department of Southwest Missouri has also come down here. 12,000 men there now. Oh, okay. So the Army of Southwest Missouri is here. I think are we capturing Leavenworth here? I think so. This is only a small force, 2,900 men. Sibley's boys are still on the march, some way off here from the action. We'll let Pike continue to capture Leavenworth and just see if that does anything. They've retaken the supply depot there. Oh, really? What have we got here? 12,000 men, so it's fairly even. We're going to go and try and go at these guys and see what happens. The Western Army has got 563 men with low morale, but we are going to take on John C. Fremont with his Department of Southwest Missouri. 11,650 men and 98 guns. Where are they getting all those artillery from? 6,700 of his men are mounted. 4,400 of ours are cavalry troopers. 7,900 infantry. They've only got 3,400 foot infantry, but it's the 98 guns. They're going to cause some bother unless there's some terrible terrain, which may work to our advantage. We'll fight this battle in the next episode. It's another confrontation in Missouri. Still nothing happening in Virginia. I'm surprised about it. What do you think? If you have any strategy ideas, if you want to chat, if you want to come and say hello, why not join us on Discord? We've got a friendly little community going. I'll put a link in the description and I'll put a link in a pinned comment to the Discord if you want to come and have your say on strategy for this campaign. Go right ahead. I'm always happy for more help because mostly I bumble my way through these campaigns. But anyway, this is going to be a good battle, I think. Fairly even numbers. I'm going to take it into the battle before I save this, so hopefully it'll be exactly as we have it, and that'll be that. And then between episodes, I was going to say between episodes, after we fought the next battle, I will recruit in the requested units. I promise. Okay, so have a great day, whatever you do. Come back for more. Check out the channel. If you like this sort of content, why not hit subscribe and, you know, follow it along. It's all free of charge, of course, as everything is on YouTube. So, yeah, have a great day. I'll catch you later. Ta-ra for now.